Hallo und herzlich willkommen, ich bin euer Mr. Venom 1974 und das ist Metal Gear Solid 2 am ersten Weihnachtsfeiertag, dem 25.12. Gestern habt ihr Teil 1 gesehen, jetzt wollt ihr Teil 2 sehen. Bevor ich dazu komme, machen wir mal ein bisschen Geschichtsstunde. Metal Gear Ebenezer Eve Incident. December 1986, after completing the first ever red nose, red light emitting Dianode-based navigation over Sea Earth guided present delivery, Sandnick was accidentally discovered by Bob Cratchit while delivering presents to his small Camden town home. Understanding the secrecy of Sandnick's Christmas deliveries, Cratchit agreed not to reveal Sandnick's assistant on the condition that he assassinated Ebenezer Scrooge, Cratchit's wealthy employee, and delivered to him the whole Scrooge of savings. Cratchit explained that the money would be put towards the relation's crippled son, Timothy Tiny Tim Cratchit. Sandnick reluctantly agreed, and under the code name Naked Nick set off to infiltrate Scrooge's mansion. Using improvised stealth techniques such as reverse seeing as believing, a technique that allowed Nick to be less visible to Scrooge's armed guards and wearing unbelievable costumes, Nick slowly made his way through Scrooge's mansion. During the mission he was contacted by the mysterious tipster who referred to himself only as Snowbody Important, who claimed to be psychic capable of channeling the dead. By channeling three ghosts, the ghost of Christmas past, present, and those to come, Snowbody Important was able to instill the Christmas spirit in Scrooge, giving him cause to donate some of his fortune to his employer Bob Cratchit. However, Saint Nick discovered that Scrooge had been part of shadowy organization called the Hey-He-Ho-Ho. He located in a hidden passageway behind a bookshelf the blueprints for the Hey-He-Ho-Ho secret weapon, a piece of banking software called the SOP, the Spirit of Progress. Taking these plans, Saint Nick left the mansion undetected, never be heard or seen again for another 20 years. Was steht da für die Leute, die des Englischen nicht mächtig sind? Für die anderen, die werden schon wahrscheinlich richtig gelacht haben. Also, Metal Gear hat es natürlich nie als Game gegeben. Und in Metal Gear ging es darum, dass Saint Nick, den ihr gestern sozusagen gesehen habt, vor 20 Jahren schon eine Mission hatte, und zwar Blaupausen aus einem Haus geholt hat. Und diese Blaupausen sind dafür da, um ein Banksystem sozusagen zu haben, und traf dabei die drei Geister der Weihnachten. Christmas Carol, anyone? Genau. Und da gab es dann zum ersten Mal auch Tiny Tim. Und Tiny Tim, wissen wir, war wichtig beim Metal Gear Solid Secret Santa. Und das kommt jetzt. Der Titlescreen hat übrigens eine geile Musik. Genießt das einfach mal. Also die Remixes sind echt großartig in dem Game. Metal Gear Solid Secret Santa Incident. The year is 2006. 6 years after the 9/11 attacks. Wobei das nicht stimmt, ne? Die waren nicht 2000, die waren 2001, ne? Oder? Vertue ich mich so? Ist egal, ist auch wurscht. Egal. The nation is in high alert, with a military surveillance craft circling the skies, making traditional by-air Christmas delivery nearly impossible. Saint Nick, under the codename Solid Santa, was advised by Major Tiny Tim to deliver presents by foot, using various advanced infiltration techniques in order to make present delivery undetected. Das ist die Vorgeschichte, die ihr gestern gesehen habt. Also klar, wegen dem 11. September kann man nicht mehr Präsente in diesen üblichen Wegs durch den Kamin bringen, sondern muss die wieder bei Foot, also sprich zu Fuß, Tür-zu-Tür-Service sozusagen bringen. Upon reaching the house on 14015 Hideo Drive, Saint Nick found an unusual large concentration of naughty children, perhaps a harbinger of times to come. With the help of an anonymous tipster known only as Santa's Little Helper, den spielen wir gleich, Saint Nick made his way up to the 10th floor of a house where the Christmas tree was set up and where was drop off his delivery. Genau, habt ihr gesehen, wir haben das 10. Stockwerk erreicht und vielleicht erinnert ihr euch, das ist jetzt nicht so lange her, wenn es gestern war. While making his exfiltration, Saint Nick was held up by the legendary mercenary Solid Snake, who had been hiding in one of the present boxes in Saint Nick's gift sack throughout the mission. He revealed himself to be the true identity of a mysterious Santa's Little Helper. Genau, ne? Snake war der Mann in der Box. Snake explained that both Saint Nick and Big Boss had a part of Los Bigotes Perfectos project. A project initiated by President Johnson that aimed to bioengineer the perfect beard. To do so, he required the creation of 2 clones, Jack, Outer Heaven's Big Boss, klar, der echte Big Boss, and Big Beard, Saint Nick. Given the horrors of a Zanzibar uprising staged by Big Boss in 1999, Solid Snake was set on a mission to find the eliminated Big Boss clone. Klar, Zanzibarland, Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake. Gucken, habe ich Let's Played, geiler Teil, vielleicht so neben Metal Gear Solid das Beste, was die jemals gemacht haben. Big Beard to prevent another such incident from happening. Saint Nick understood what this meant, his assassination, and submitted himself willingly when asked. He had only last words. Saint Nick said simply, Happy Christmas to all, and our goal, good night. Good night, good fight sozusagen. Solid Snake fired a round into Saint Nick's head, ending his life instantly. Genau, er hat ihn ja erledigt, das wisst ihr ja, Jack Bauer-Style. It was only after the mission had ended that Snake is able to re-establish contact with Dr. Hell, Octagon Emmerich. Jetzt wissen wir auch, wer der andere Sprecher war. It was during his conservation that Octagon revealed to Snake that he had discovered that Saint Nick was not, in fact, Big Beard, and rather that Big Beard's true identity was none other than the famous magician John Lennon. John Lennon von den Beatles eben, who had been assassinated years earlier. Und wurde dann anscheinend wieder geklont, klar. Hätte wahrscheinlich die Musikindustrie gut getan, wenn sie geklont hätten. Hätte uns wahrscheinlich Dieter Bohlen erspart, aber ist ein anderes Thema. The US government quietly covered up Saint Nick's assassination, taking possession of his corpse and staging a great economic slump under the Bush administration as a means of explaining the sharp decline in overall holiday cheer. Klar, unter der Vorrangleistung von Bush Junior konnte man natürlich alles Mögliche verdecken. Und da geht's jetzt los. So, seid ihr bereit? Ich habe gerade mal gestartet, da ist das Ding abgekachelt. Wenn das nochmal abkachelt, dann lasse ich die Sekunde drin und ihr könnt einmal lachen. Das Spiel hat nämlich tatsächlich einen Bug, den ich vorher nicht kannte. Starten wir es endlich.
Outer Saving. 3 years after the Secret Santa incident, we had classified information that a new Santa had taken power. The whole thing was naughty, but our noses had been out in the cold too long.
Wir sind bei Outer Saving, also nicht Outer Heaven, sondern Outer Saving, die Mall, das Einkaufszentrum, wo es gleich losgeht. Ähnlichkeiten zu einem anderen ähnlichen Spiel, das sehr von Hideo Kojima irgendwo sein könnte, und es ist nicht Zone of the Enders. Könnt ihr euch denken, welcher Teil so anfängt, und das auch mit gutem Grund. Es geht los! Metal Gear Solid 2, Ghost of Christmas Past und natürlich wieder ein Anruf, ist klar.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Looks like the stocking is busted.
What stocking?
The stocking you had me wear. You said it was made with synthetic octopus fibers that would make me nearly invisible to the human eye.
You didn't really. Snake, that was just an ordinary...
Right. I didn't plan on relying on this gadget anyway.
Well, I'm just happy you managed to get to the sneak point without getting yourself hurt.
I'm happy as long as no one gives me any more unwanted gifts.
Oh, you mean that thing with Naomi?
No, I'm talking about Cole. How am I supposed to have a Merry Christmas if that's all I get these days?
Well, Snake, it's been a while since anyone's had a truly Merry Christmas. What with the sudden surge of PNCs popping up around the world.
PNCs?
Pretty naughty children. Naughty doesn't even begin to describe them. They're more like hired mercenaries selling their services to the highest bidder. It used to be just a few rogue groups, but now it's become a global phenomenon. In fact, the world's seen the creation of at least a dozen PNCs in the past 3 years alone.
So it all started 3 years ago. That's about the time I assassinated
Genau.
Saint Nick.
That's right. It's likely that Saint Nick's death lies at the root of all of these problems. After all, he did play an important role in the SOC system.
SOC system?
The Spirit of Christmas system. A series of checks and balances created by the 3 wise men in order to maintain an equal balance of naughty and nice.
And without a Saint Nick to keep the SOC system in check, There hasn't been an incentive to be nice.
That's right, Snake. We've dropped you off at Outer Saven Mall.
Outer Saven?
Yeah, you know, the one mall in which shoppers will always have a place.
Let me guess. I'm not just here to do some last-minute Christmas shopping.
Afraid not, Snake. I recently dug up some information on the US government's encrypted security channel about an extremist group that calls themselves the Ghosts of Christmas Past. The information I've uncovered shows that they've got their hands on Santa's hat.
What's so dangerous about a hat?
It's not so much the hat itself as it is the beliefs behind it. Whoever controls Santa's hat has full control over the SOC system. And whoever controls the SOC system has full control over the entire child population of the world.
So what?
The ghosts have threatened to use the hat to create a world of PNCs.
A world of perpetual naughtiness!
That's right. The ghosts are demanding the brain of Saint Nick. But it's anyone's guess as to what they're gonna do with it. It's gotta be something big. Something worth using the entire world's child population as a bargaining chip for. Something like...
Metal Gear.
No, Snake. There's absolutely no reason to jump to conclusions. All we know is that the ghosts have arranged a meeting with the US president somewhere in that mall. Your mission is to find out what's going on, and to put a stop to the ghosts' plan before the meeting takes place.
Gotcha.
For the duration of this mission, we'll be referring to each other by code names.
What's wrong with my old code name?
What, Old Snake?
No, Solid Snake.
No one's called you that in years.
Yeah, but...
Look, I'll let you decide for yourself. Would you rather be called Old Snake or Cold Snake?
Cold Snake, I guess.
Good. Remember, Snake, the ghosts have Santa's hat, which means that any children you run into during the mission are under their control. Do whatever it takes to stay out of the enemy's field of vision.
Got it.
Head to the elevator. I'll be giving you advice and instructions via codec. My frequency is 012.25. Good luck.
So, wir können loslegen. Und habt ihr den Bug? Ich kann mal mit der Maus da reingehen. Das ist ja der Vorteil, wenn du mit Camtasia aufnimmst. Dann startet ihr hier. Und ja, dann geht's halt nicht weiter. Das ist lustig. Natürlich der nächste Anruf.
Hold it, Snake. It's foolish to run headfirst into every situation. By holding the shift key near a wall, you can hug up against it. Doing so will allow you to get a better view of what's up ahead.
Can I hold the shift key near a kid?
No, Snake. Stranger danger.
Also geht's dann, ne? So. So, mal gucken. Pennt, das ist gut. Nächster Anruf, natürlich.
You can always access me via codec by pressing the C button.
Machen wir gleich.
If you find yourself in a difficult situation, just give me a call.
Mal gucken, gibt's hier schon was Neues? Können die nicht ein paar Mal nerven.
You're on the roof of Outer Saven Mall. Find the entrance to the building in the northeast corner.
Ja. Ihr könnt Gott sei Dank hier die Gespräche auch abbrechen. Das ist ganz sinnvoll. So. Genau, da kommt bald wieder ein Anruf, ne? Richtig.
That kid ahead is guarding that landing pad pretty carefully. You should try distracting him by knocking on a nearby wall. To do that, hug a wall with the shift key, and then press the control key to make a noise. Any nearby guards will come investigate the source of the noise. You can use this to open up a sneaking path.
So I press control while hugging a wall and knock on it. Got it. Say, Otacon.
Yeah?
Knock knock.
Oh, what was that noise?
You're supposed to say who's there.
It's just my imagination.
Octacon ist nicht der geborene Komiker. So, jetzt weiß ich gar nicht mehr, welchen Weg der geht. Ach, da muss ich den auf der anderen Seite anhauen, ne? Genau, geh mal wieder. Genau, es war der Wind, richtig. Genau. Du bist ein guter Soldat.
He's over here.
Aua.
Snake!
Ja. Wir erkennen es wieder. Ihr wisst, ich bin hervorragend in Stealth. Ich sollte nur Stealth-Games machen.
Just my imagination.
Ja. Geh schlafen. So, wie kann ich den denn da weglocken? Ich muss den ja in die Richtung locken, wo ich nicht hingehe. Nee, das geht nicht. Da guckt er sofort hin. Aber wir können ihn bestimmt von der anderen Seite ärgern. Na komm. Also ich werde so für die Leute versuchen, so 30 Minuten Parts zu machen. Wir versuchen aber auch, das Ding mal durchzuspielen, ob wir das natürlich Weihnachten hinkriegen. Ich glaube eher weniger. Weil ich sag mal so 1,30, 2 Stunden ist das Ding. So. Ja, ist ja schön, aber da gibt es ja keinen Weg für mich. Tja. Rita sieht da um, ne? Warte mal, wenn ich jetzt hier klopfe.
What was that?
Dann gerne dahin. Okay.
Must have been the wind.
Ja, das war der Wind, natürlich. Okay, wir machen es so. Es ist vielleicht nicht ganz so die sicherste Methode, aber es hat geklappt. So, jetzt können wir ein bisschen Unsinn machen. Ihr kennt mich ja.
Snake, I forgot to mention that I noticed you sound a bit, different. More like you did when I first met you. You sound a lot healthier than you did in MGS4. I mean, in the Middle East.
Yeah, the Middle East is a dusty place. Sand really does a number on your vocal cords.
Whatever you say, Snake.
Es wird noch besser.
You sure it isn't because you quit?
Quit what?
Well, you know, these things'll kill you. Well, what I'm trying to say is that maybe your voice is returning to normal because you've stopped smoking.
Look, Otacon, we all know the only side effects of smoking are the ability to see infrared lasers and a really slow drain of health. Nothing permanent or irreversible, so long as you've got a few rations handy.
But Snake, the Surgeon General...
And how else was I supposed to know which way the wind was blowing atop that building in Zanzibar land?
What? Oh, look, forget I asked.
Die Referenzen werden immer weitergehen.
Say, Otacon, do you believe in Santa Claus?
Snake, I believe in pure logic and science. There's absolutely no way anyone could ever deliver that many gifts in one night.
Yeah, but what about Vamp? There's no way any man could survive a shot to the head.
Nanomachines.
Liquid's arm, possessing
Ich
Onslaught.
erinnere mich.
Nanomachines.
How'd I survive the freezing weather at Shadow Moses?
Nanomachines.
Who's to say Santa doesn't have some sort of nanomachines helping him deliver presents?
Get serious, Snake. This isn't time for make-believe.
Dafür mögen wir die Serie doch.
Snake, do you know what it means to break the fourth wall?
I think I remember you telling me about this. It had something to do with that wall in Shadow Moses that sounded a bit different when I tapped on it. It sounded a bit more hollow. That's when I broke the fourth wall. With some plastic explosives. I'm pretty sure Revolver Ocelot was just a few rooms further. But why are we talking about Metal Gear Solid 1?
What? That's not it at all, Snake.
Sondern wir sprechen wirklich über die Fourth Wall. Der sogenannte Gag, dass man also dementsprechend natürlich, dass die Figuren wissen, dass sie in einem Spiel sind, oder dass die Figuren wissen, dass sie in einer Geschichte sind. Was war das denn jetzt? Okay. Wieder ein Anruf, natürlich.
I forgot to tell you about the Jolaton radar.
Ja, klar.
The Jolaton radar is the thing in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. It's based on the same Jollyton technology that allows shoppers to easily find the exact locations of the presents they're looking for. But don't be fooled. There's a big difference between the existing Jollyton technology and the special Jolaton radar you're equipped with.
What's the difference?
Well, the subtle swapping of the Y in Jollyton to an I in your Jolaton radar trickles down to its functionality. Whereas the Jollyton radar could only detect Christmas presents, the Jolaton radar is capable of detecting presents of any kind.
Including human presents.
Bingo!
I'm guessing that white dot is me.
That's right.
What about the red ones?
Those dots represent an enemy's presence. Watch out and stay outside of that enemy's field of vision.
That's the blue cone, right?
Yep. Also, you might have noticed the radar was unusable on the rooftop. Sometimes there's too much interference. In those cases, the Jolaton radar will be jammed.
Anything I can do about that?
Afraid not.
So you're saying this is a Jolaton radar? that you made modifications to.
Yep, a specially modified Jollyton radar. I would have called it the Autoton radar, but...
You sure this isn't just my old Soliton radar? Because Mei-Ling made that.
No, not at all. But, look, Snake, we don't have time for idle chit-chat.
Nee, haben wir natürlich nicht. So, sollen wir mal gucken. Achso, dann müssen wir uns natürlich... Okay, den müssen wir... Das heißt, den können wir uns jetzt hinter... Spielen wir jetzt mal ein bisschen... Und dreht er sich um? Wow. Das war knapp. So. Wo sind wir denn nun? Achso, der dreht sich um. Okay. Ja, du mich auch. Kamera. Aha. Okay.
A surveillance camera?
It's a mall, Snake.
Natürlich.
Right.
Remember, these security cameras have a blind spot, so you can sneak beneath them without being seen.
Okay, das kennen wir. Haben wir. So, noch ein Anruf, natürlich.
Hold up, Snake. Someone's conversation is being
Ah,
carried
genau.
through
Es
the
geht los.
ventilation
Story.
shafts.
Have all the preparations been made?
Yes, and the tadpoles have set up an ambush on the first floor, in case the meeting with the president goes sour.
First floor.
And where is he?
He.
Our third.
What? Are you afraid he'll flake?
I don't really trust him, but I've got no choice but to believe him, for now.
Without belief, you'll never be able to inherit the title of Father Christmas.
I suppose you're right.
I'll be heading up to the 20th floor. I just need a little time to cool off. You stay here and wait for the president to arrive.
You hear that, Snake? The ghosts are meeting with the president on the first floor of the mall. You'll have to get down there to make sure things don't get hairy.
Genau. Und ihr könnt euch denken, so einfach kommen wir da natürlich nicht hin. Ich glaube, Abgleich ist es blind. Dann habe ich den Test. So, dich können wir austricksen. Aber ich glaube, der läuft eh nicht, ne?
Huh.
Natürlich.
Looks like the elevator's down.
Wie immer.
You'll have to get around the mall by foot.
I found him.
Ja gut, das ist klar. So einfach geht das nicht. Also gucken wir mal, was wir nach unten machen. Also hier ist es jetzt blind für die Leute, die das wissen wollen. Weiter habe ich nicht getestet. Und das auch nur... Warte mal, kriege ich den da weg? Muss ich den... Warte mal, kann ich... Der dreht sich nicht um, ne? Der Vollhonk. Okay, mach keinen Snake. So, da ist noch was, wo man nach oben geht. Geht er sich um? Ne, der bleibt da. Das finde ich gut. Ist nicht der tollste Soldat? Ach, da ist das WC. Warum nicht? Geht der Snake halt mal ein bisschen pullern. Das ist ja auch alt. Okay.
This is Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
In fact, it's kept me pretty regular.
Oh, Snake, you're disgusting.
Okay, hier gibt's aber nichts. Dreh dich um. Dreh dich um. Na? Ihr seht, die haben offen diesen 45-Grad-Winkel. Also sprich, das ist das, was ihr aus Metal Gear...
Over here.
Ja, du mich auch.
Snake, what's going on?
Gut, aber da muss ich
Snake?
nicht hin,
Snake? Snake!
weil da war nichts. Das ist okay, das können wir vergessen. Was ihr aus Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake kennt, mit dem Umdrehen, das ist hier auch schon. Oder Metal Gear Ghost Babel hatte das auch. So, was will er denn wieder?
It looks like you're in some kind of Halloween costume store.
Vielleicht Zufall.
Maybe you can find something useful in that store's storage room.
Natürlich.
That's located in the northeast corner of the store.
Okay, damit haben wir unser erstes Mission. Wow!
It's over here.
Wie schnell war er denn jetzt?
Snake? Snake!
Okay. Du bist aber ein ganz fixer. Arbeiter des Jahres und sowas. Der ist echt total schnell. Okay. Ja gut, da können wir nicht her, weil da ist ja eine Wand. Da muss ich her. Das war schön, auch mit den Weihnachtsbäumen und so, also cool gemacht. So, geh du nochmal weg. Dann bin ich da. Du auch. Die Bewegungsabläufe sind ein bisschen komisch. Ah, so, da sind wir. Der schläft. Ah, und hier wird mir wieder
Lucky for
gehört.
you, that guard's asleep. Otherwise, he'd definitely come investigate the commotion. You
das
can
glaub ich.
get past metal floors without making much noise if you slide along the walls beside them.
Ah. Das ist nützlich, aber der pennt weiter. Und da haben wir wieder mal ein Gift. Die Mask.
Otacon, I found a reindeer mask.
Snake, is there something you have, to tell me?
Aren't you usually the one to tell me how new items work?
Well, it's just, I want you to know that furdom has been around for a long time, and
Furdom.
yeah, you know, furries. It's a fandom that revolves around anthropomorphic animals.
Anime. It's always anime with you, isn't it, Otacon? I'm a mercenary. I don't have time for any nerd hobbies. Now tell me how I can use this thing.
Well, for a start, it's frighteningly realistic. Has it got a red light-up nose?
Nope.
Darn. So it's no good as a flashlight either.
Toll.
Let me put this thing on. Maybe it'll give me some ideas.
Sure thing, Snake? Snake? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Well, I could have sworn you were a mounted deer head.
Mounted deer head, huh?
You'll be able to avoid being seen as long as you're hugging a wall with that thing on. Just make sure not to move, or you'll give yourself away. Also, if you bump into anyone, the jig is up. So stay out of the enemy's path.
Huh?
What was that?
That sleeping guard must have woken up. Snake, you're surrounded. Use the deer head to sneak your way out of there.
Natürlich. So, machen wir die Maske mal an. Das sieht echt bekloppt aus. Ah, so funktioniert das. Wir gucken mal. Dann kommt er. Und er sieht uns tatsächlich. Doch, er sieht uns. Aha. So funktioniert es tatsächlich irgendwie nicht. Okay. Okay, aber wir müssen das mit Sicherheit anlegen. Wir kriegen das sicherlich nicht hier. So, zack, weg. Hahaha, hab dich. Ich werde doch wohl noch mit Kindern fertig. So. Ist total bekloppt. So. Ihr seht auch, wie in echt wird auch mittlerweile der Weg angegeben. So, was machen wir denn hier Schönes? Also da müssen wir hin. Okay. Ach, da können wir. Okay. Achso, wir müssen einmal rundherum. Ah, so. So, du gehst da mal weg, mein Freund. Dann passt das. So, wo sind wir denn hier jetzt Schönes? Die schlafen alle. Das ja gelernt, dann lassen wir ihn auch schlafen. Laser? Natürlich Laser, ne?
Don't take another step.
Geil.
That place is filled with gas. Also, the floor's electrified.
Who are you?
Just a voice in your head. But you can call me Cindy Lou Who. Or Who, for short.
Cindy. A girl.
Do I sound like a girl to you?
It's hard to trust a voice over codec. I've already been fooled once by my twin brother.
You'll need to find a way to disable the high voltage switch.
You're using burst transmission. Are you nearby?
As for the gas, you don't want to be breathing any of that stuff. It'll knock you out cold.
Wait, why is there a room filled with gas and electrical flooring inside a mall?
To keep out intruders like you and I.
That makes sense. Who are you anyway?
An old friend.
Okay.
Otacon, I need you to run a trace on the frequency of my last codec conversation.
What codec conversation?
That's right, he was using burst transmission.
Burst transmission? Oh, there's no way to find the codec frequency of a conversation like that. Except...
Except what?
Well, have you tried looking on the back of the Blu-ray case? I know, it's a pain. But you need to find the Blu-ray case for Merry Gear Solid 2. You see the Blu-ray case labeled Merry Gear Solid 2?
No.
Huh? Oh, wait. We're on the PC. And the game is downloaded onto your hard drive. There is no Blu-ray Merry Gear Solid 2 case.
Otacon, get a grip!
What an age we live in, huh, Snake? Digital distribution. Wonder what they'll think of next.
So no?
No what?
You can't run a trace on my last codec conversation?
Afraid not.
Okay, da geht's nicht weiter. Das war aber auch ziemlich klar, glaube ich, ne? Nach diesem Codec-Spruch. Gibt's Hilfe?
I've hacked the mall's central computer and activated the Muzak in the previous area. It should have woken up those sleeping guards.
Du bist ein guter. Das heißt, dann müssen wir da rein, ne? Geile Musik. Ist vollkommen die Fahrstuhlmusik. Da würde ich sagen, ist eine gute Gelegenheit, hier Folge 1 von Merry Gear Solid 2 zu beenden. Und wir sehen uns dann in Folge 2 wieder. Dann morgen. Ich bin euer Mr. Venom 1974 und euch nochmal eine fröhliche Weihnacht. Wir sehen uns. Bis morgen.